Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ara, and today I'd like to make a quick video about why I think you should consider buying a 2016 Honda Civic instead of a brand new one. Okay, so before I begin, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Herb Chambers, Honda of Seekonk, Massachusetts, for letting us use the car today. And if you'd like to see more cars like this, please check out the website in the description below, hondaseekonk.com. So I decided to take out a Civic LX today because we have a ton of them on the lot. The LX is the base model, so this is a very, very dependable car at an extremely affordable price. So let's start out by looking at the exterior features. So starting in the front of the car, we have the chrome going across the whole width of the car, which we've seen in other 2016 Hondas. We have the projector headlights over here. We have the daytime running lights, which give it a sharp look, especially at nighttime. Coming around the side over here, we have the 16-inch steel wheels with the hubcaps. I'm personally not a fan of it, but if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. The good thing is, if you scratch these up, you can go buy more hubcaps pretty cheaply, and the car will look nice again. So, we have the black mirrors, the black door handles, which matches the car. That looks nice. We have the chrome going across the top of the windows over here. Coming around to the back, we got the tail lights. They're going from the trunk to the side of the car. Looks nice at nighttime. Also over here, we have the backup camera, standard on every model of Hondas. The Honda Civic is a nice looking car. It's well built. It kind of has an aerodynamic outside. It has a nice look to it. But let's go inside and check out the interior features. As I sit in the car, the first thing that I notice is the steering wheel mounted controls. So some other base level sedans, they don't have any controls on the steering wheel. And I think this is a very nice feature because I think this is something that you'll actually use. So on the right side, we have all the buttons for the cruise control. On the left side, you can change the radio stations, you can change the volume and the source, and with the touch of your left thumb, you can make some phone calls. So that's something that I personally would use, and I think it's a nice feature to have on a base level. So looking at the gauge cluster, it's big, it's bright, it's easy to see, and I'll go through it really quickly one by one. You can see the miles, you can see the range, which is something else I'd actually use because when you are 18 miles away from a gas station, you want to know that you can go at least 18 more miles. So that's a nice feature. The average miles per gallon, which is skewed because I'm parked and driving 1 mile an hour right now. We have trip A, trip B. We get the oil life, which is another feature that's really nice in some of the newer cars, not brand new, but it tells you how long you can go before your next oil change. And looking at the right side over here, we have a 5-inch full color display. It's not a touch screen, but it really does what it has to do. Everything is basically controlled by this button right here. You can use Bluetooth calling, you can use Bluetooth streaming. It's very easy to use. We have the climate controls in the middle, hot, cold, speed of the fan right over there. Everyone knows how to use that. We have the shifter in the middle right here, very comfortable placement. We have the brake hold button, which some people don't know what that is. You can actually press that button and take your foot off at a red light and the car will not roll forward. That's a feature that I do not like to use because if you don't have it on and you get in the habit of taking your foot off the brake, you might roll forward when you don't want to. So over here we have the electronic parking brake that replaces the old-fashioned stick that you just pull up and put your car into park. So if you pull it up, on this one, a brake light comes on right there and you can see that the parking brake is on. To take it off, you step on the foot brake and press it down. Easy as that, the brake's off. Over here, we have the Econ button, and I think that's a feature that most people can successfully use because you can just keep it on for the next 20 years of your life and it will get slightly better gas mileage. So you can just keep that on. Most people, if you don't drive different Hondas every day, you won't even notice the power difference. Looking in the middle over here, we have 2 cup holders. We have enough space to fit a 9-year-old kid, lots of space. I would guess that most people will store their laptop or tablet inside of there when they're driving long distances. And now let's look at the back seat. So I'm sitting here in the back of the Civic, and a lot of people used to consider this a small car, but as you can see, I'm comfortably sitting here. I'm almost 6 feet tall with my shoes on, and I have 3 or 4 inches above my head. I have about 3 inches in front of my knees. When I'm sitting straight forward, the seat holds me very well. You can fit 3 full-size adults back here for an extended trip, and I would be perfectly fine sitting back here on a long ride. So now let's take a look at the trunk. Okay, so the Civic is considered a compact sedan, but as you can see, the trunk has plenty of space inside. It's 15.1 cubic feet of space, which is plenty to fit in 3-4 suitcases plus some other stuff. So if you're taking a road trip, this has what it needs, has what you need. So looking under the hood, we have a 4-cylinder, 2.0 liter engine. It's good for 158 horsepower, which is plenty to pass people in traffic, to merge onto highways, to really get the car going when you need it to. It has a CVT transmission. This little car gets 30 miles per gallon in the city, 40 miles per gallon in the highway, which is very, very efficient. You don't need too many gallons of gas to go hundreds of miles. So before you take a ride with me, everybody always asks, what's the price? What's the price? So this car is on sale today for only $12,968, which is one of the main reasons why I chose to feature it today. Comparing that to a brand new 2019 Honda Civic LX, that goes for $20,250. A lot of the features are very comparable, such as the backup camera, the steering wheel mounted controls, and of course, because it's a Honda, it's known to be a very, very reliable car. So come with me, let's go for a ride. So one of the reasons why I like making these videos is because in my own personal life, I actually buy used cars. I've bought a new car before and I loved it. I loved having that experience of buying a new car. But since then, I've only bought used cars because you're basically getting the same exact thing for about half to 2/3 of the price. So every car drives, for the most part, they don't break down, they run pretty well. I actually drive a Honda myself and I like driving Hondas. They're comfortable, the car reacts the way that you want it to react, the engine's good. You never really have to worry about too much when you buy a Honda. So this car feels really good. I'm driving around in Seekonk and this is a car that I would actually personally consider buying. It feels comfortable, the side mirrors are really big, so there's very good visibility when you're looking back. The rear view mirror is big as well. It's very, very easy to see the cars behind me, whether I'm looking to the left, right, or in my rear view mirror. I feel comfortable driving it. The acceleration is good. Everything's where it's supposed to be. It feels like a standard car. I'm used to driving Hondas myself, and because of the price point, this is a car that I would actually buy myself. So the overall ride quality is very good. I'd probably rate this a 10 out of 10 comparing to other compact cars. The car feels solid. It feels like, you know, you step on the gas and you really go. It doesn't feel like a car that's, built really quickly with cheap parts. It feels like good, genuine Honda parts. It feels like a solid ride. So that was my review of the 2016 Honda Civic LX. Do I think you should buy a 2016 instead of a brand new car today? And at $12,968, I think you are saving thousands and thousands of dollars over a brand new model. We all know someone that has had a Civic for over 250,000 miles, and at only 40-something thousand miles, this car is a real deal. So please leave your comments below and let me know if you'd like to see future videos like this. Again, thank you to Herb Chambers, Honda Seekonk, Massachusetts, for letting us use the car. My name is Ara. Please subscribe to the channel if you like videos like this and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.